everyone, welcome to Pearl's Kitchen. If you like my video, give it a thumbs up, press the red button to subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon so you'll be notified for my upcoming video. It's all free. Thank you. Outside Christ I'm weak, and in Christ I'm strong. Amen. Today I'm going to show you how to make Lamb Nihari, and here are the ingredients. In this bowl I've got 1.3 kilos of lamb, and I'm using the leg of lamb, and make sure the pieces are cut nice and big, and also have quite a few, at least 3 marrow bones in there, which I have. And I've got 3 onions here that I've sliced. We need 2.5 heaped tablespoons of ginger garlic paste that I've got here, and I've got half a teaspoon of turmeric, that's haldi powder, 1 teaspoon of jeera powder, that's cumin powder, 1 tablespoon of Kashmiri Mitch for color, 1 tablespoon of hot chili powder. You could put less if you want, if you don't want it too hot. Now this is the main Nihari ingredient, very important. So here I've got 1.5 tablespoons of sauf, that's fennel. I've got 1 tablespoon of dhania seeds, and that's coriander seeds, 1 tablespoon of peppercorns, that's kali mirch. I've got 1 bay leaf, that's tejpatta. I've got 1 teaspoon of jeera seeds, and that's cumin seeds. I've got half a teaspoon of clove, that's long. I've got 3 dalchinis, that's cinnamon sticks, 6 green cardamom. I've got 2 star anise. I've got 1 big elahchi, that's black cardamom. I've got a small piece of nutmeg here, and that's jaifal, and I've got a piece of jaivatri, and that's mace. And here I've got 1 cup of oil. You need extra oil for this, so that's 1 cup of oil, half a cup of yogurt, and I've got 3 tablespoons of maida here, that's plain flour. And to mix the maida with, I've got half a cup of water, and we'll need 6 to 7 cups of water for the nihari. And for garnishing we'll need few ginger juliennes, and I've got half a lime or lemon you could use. I've got some green coriander, and we'll need salt to taste. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is, from this ginger garlic, you just take around 1 teaspoon of ginger garlic paste, and what we're going to do is just rub it around the meat, coat it around the meat. This flavors the meat when you're frying the meat. Okay, just rub it all in, and now you keep this bowl with the ginger, garlic and meat aside for 10 minutes. Okay, next you take a frying pan, and it has to be just dry, no oil in it at all. And now we're going to just roast all this lovely Nihari masala in it. So my gas is already on, so just put it all in there, and either take a cloth or kitchen paper like I've got, and just keep moving it around. This doesn't have to get dark or even brown. Just roast it for a couple of minutes. Okay, you can see now, it smells lovely. Lovely roasted masalas. So now I'm going to put this off. I've been roasting it on a medium flame for 3 minutes. Now what you're going to do, it's still hot, let it cool down for slightly, and then you're going to empty out in the grinding jar in here, and then you're going to grind this into a fine powder. Okay, that's our lovely roasted Nihari ingredients I've put in the grinder, and I've made it into powder. Now you just empty it out in a bowl or a plate. Okay, now that the meat is marinating and the Nihari powder's ground, so now we're going to, the 1 cup of oil that I had, I've divided into half. Half a cup I've put in this dekchi and half in this karai. You could use 2 dekchis if you want. And another thing, if you could, this takes a longer time to cook. So if you want to make it in the pressure cooker, you can. I will later on put it into the pressure cooker, but to fry the meat I need a wider pan, a dekchi. So I'm going to fry the meat in here and then later transfer it into the pressure cooker. But if you got a wide enough pressure cooker, you can put half the cup of oil in the pressure cooker and half separate. Okay, as soon as your oil gets hot, either in the pressure cooker that you're cooking the meat in or in the dekchi, and then as soon as the oil gets hot, you put the onions in first, because what we're going to do is we're going to fry this onion till they're nice and golden, and then we're going to take this onion out and keep it aside. Okay, you can see the onions are getting nice and brown, so I'm going to take it off the gas. Don't want it too brown. So now we're going to just take a jhara or something and then press the oil out, because you don't want the oil, and just take out all the onions and keep aside into a bowl or a plate. Okay, now that the onions I've kept aside in a plate, now in the same oil we need to fry this meat that's already been coated with the ginger garlic and has been sitting for around 10 minutes. So I'm going to put this meat in there and we're going to fry it. That's why you need a bigger, wider dekchi, so it fries nicely. But now is the time to also add the salt. Salt to taste. It will need at least 1 tablespoon of salt. Now you keep frying this meat till the meat releases its juices and fries in its own gravy till it's nice and brown. Okay, while our meat is still browning, I'm only putting the lid so you can hear me talk because it's making a noise. So while the meat is browning, the rest of the oil that you put half a cup into another dekchi or karai, as soon as that gets hot, we're going to put the ginger garlic in there and fry the ginger garlic. So my oil is already hot. And take a dash of water, just a teaspoon or a tablespoon of water, so you're not wasting the ginger garlic. And now we're going to fry this ginger garlic for at least a couple of minutes. Okay, the ginger garlic's been frying for a couple of minutes. When the rawness goes, we're going to put all these dry ingredients in here. The haldi, the jeera and the Kashmiri Mitch and chilies, and then again put another dash of water. Now fry this masala on a medium flame for at least 3 to 4 minutes. You can see my meat has been frying very well, so that's still fried and the masalas are done. This has been frying for 3 to 4 minutes. Now I'm going to put the gas right down on the masala. And I'm going to add the yogurt now. And now let this yogurt fry in the masala on a very gentle flame for at least 3 minutes. Okay, the meat's fried now. This took at least 7 minutes to fry, and all the juices, it's fried in its own gravy. And now what we're going to do is, the masala with the yogurt's also ready, so we're going to just transfer all this into the meat. Okay, once you put all the masala in there, you can see there's still some masala in the karai, so don't throw that away. Just put some water and just keep it aside, because we can use this water as well, because nothing should go to waste. Okay, after you put the masala into the meat, now goes all the good stuff. You're going to put all this fried onions that we kept aside, because this gives it lovely flavor. And then we're going to put the dried Nihari powder. That's the most important thing. That really brings out all the lovely aroma. Now what we're going to do is fry this all together, the onions, the Nihari masala and the ordinary masala, for at least 3 to 4 minutes with the meat. Okay, now the Nihari mix has been frying in the meat for at least 4 minutes now. Now we're going to put some gravy, some water. So I'm going to use the leftover of the masala water that I told you not to throw away. And then we're going to use between 6 to 7 cups of water. Okay, now this meat needs to be very nice and tender. So if you are cooking in the pot, it should take at least 40 to 45 minutes. Just keep checking till it's nice and tender. Or like me, I'm going to put it in the pressure cooker now. And if you got a pressure cooker, after the first whistle, you just see 15 minutes and then turn it off. And then check the meat to see if it's nice and tender. You can see I've transferred all the liquid and the meat and the masalas into my pressure cooker now. And now I'm going to put the lid on and I'm going to wait for the first whistle to go. As soon as the first whistle goes, then I'll see 15 minutes. Okay, while we're waiting for our meat to get tender and to cook, you take the flour, the plain flour, and a frying pan, this dry frying pan, and we're going to slightly roast this flour. So I'm going to put it all in there and just keep stirring it around till it gets a nice gentle golden color, not brown, just a lovely honey color. Okay, you can see it's nice, it's changed color now, it's not white anymore and it's not brown either. I'm going to put the gas off. This took at least 2 to 3 minutes on a medium flame. Now you just empty this out into the bowl and keep aside, and we're going to mix it with water in a minute. Okay, once you've emptied it out into a bowl, the half a cup of water that we had, we're going to mix it and make it into a paste. Keep stirring it till there's a smooth mix. Okay, my meat's nice and tender. It took exactly 15 minutes, so I've just opened the pressure cooker. And it smells delicious, and you can see all this oil floating on the top. That's the best bit. We don't want to lose that, because that gives the flavor and the color. So now what we're going to do is just take out some of the oil, because once we mix the flour batter in there, then it loses all this lovely oil. So we're going to keep that aside. Take out at least 3 to 4 spoonfuls. Okay, once I've taken out some oil and kept aside, we're going to mix this lovely roasted flour batter that I've got here. It has to be like a runny batter. We're going to put it in the Nihari mix. That thickens the gravy. And now give it a stir and put the gas on a medium. And now let this be on a rolling, simmering boil. And let this cook for between 7 to 8 minutes. Okay, you can see it's starting to simmer now, starting to boil. Just put the lid, any lid on, but don't put it in with the pressure on. Just put the lid on top and now let it be on a rolling boil for 7 to 8 minutes. Okay, I've just put the gas off. You can see it's bubbling away, and you can see once we add the flour, all the oil disappears. That's why we kept the oil aside. So now is the time to add the oil back in again. That's the lovely flavored oil. And also remember, you need to cook the meat till it's so tender that it's falling off the bone. Okay, once you've added the oil back again, then you take 3/4 of the ginger julienne and put that there. And then you take the lime or lemon and squeeze that in. Say 3/4 of it. And then you take the green coriander and then you sprinkle that and give it a gentle stir, and then let this rest for 10 minutes before you serve it. Okay, that's our lovely lamb nihari ready to eat. Before serving it, I've just sprinkled it with a little bit more coriander and some ginger julienne before you take it onto the table. Okay, now this nihari dish goes very well with homemade hot chapatis or with hot buttered naans. So I hope you all like it, make it, and write on your comments what you think about it. This really is so flavorsome, so you must try it. And I shall see you next time with some more delicious cooking. But until then, may God go with you and give you His peace.